Karine Jean-Pierre, if you remember her, she was the White House press secretary for Joe Biden. And as part of that job, she had to go up there every day and defend Joe Biden's facilitation of the genocide in Gaza. And so now Karine Jean-Pierre has a new book out. It's a new memoir. I don't know what the idea was behind this memoir, because she's not like even throwing Biden under the bus. She's kind of even defending Biden a little bit. So, which is not just like, there's not a big market for that right now because everyone's mad at Joe Biden, including Democrats, right? Yeah. Anyway, she went on MSNBC to promote her new book, and Ayman Mohaldin asked her, I think the question every former Biden official should be asked, like, what were you doing supporting the Gaza genocide? And do you have any regrets? And so this is how that went.
Violation, it was war crimes, and you defended the administration's policy. When you look back at that moment, do you regret any of the positions that you advocated for on behalf of the administrations, the positions you take? Do you feel that you were complicit in advocating a narrative that turned out to be wrong?
No, I appreciate the question, because one thing that I really want to make clear is that I was speaking on behalf of the president. That is the job of the White House press secretary. I'm not speaking for Karine Jean-Pierre. I was speaking for Joe Biden. That's every White House press secretary. That is their job.
Okay, you're speaking for Karine Jean-Pierre now. Mm-hmm. So even accepting your fake defense there that, oh, like it was him, it wasn't me, it wasn't, you know, whatever. That's not what a moral person should be.
Yeah, I'm a ventriloquist dummy, and he was the person speaking through me. You know, that wasn't me. That was him. And now I'm writing a memoir where I'm continuing to kind of advocate for this guy and his policies, but still, it's not me.
Exactly. Well, so now that she's speaking for Karine Jean-Pierre, not Joe Biden, let's see if she says anything differently.
Well, you said now you speak for yourself.
Hold on. Wait, let me finish.
No. I just wanted, because we're almost out of time.
I'm going to get to it.
She's doing the creepy Kamala Harris laugh. Whenever Kamala Harris gets confronted with something and it's uncomfortable, they start cackling or giggling maniacally. Hold on 1 second right there. Hold on so fast, this guy. What is he doing? Like, stop doing that. That's so incredibly creepy.
And it's infectious because now Ayman, he's grinning too because it's so awkward. He's like,
I'm giggling. We're all giggling. We're all in on the joke.
Obviously, what's happening is heartbreaking. And to not say that and not to be clear about the devastation and the killings that we're seeing of families is just heartbreaking.
It's heartbreaking, huh? It's heartbreaking. It's so heartbreaking to support a genocide.
Yeah, she wouldn't even say the thing. She's like, obviously what's happening over there is heartbreaking.
Yeah.
And her mind, she's thinking like, you know, Israelis, you know what I mean? Is, you know, Benjamin Netanyahu's son, you know, getting harassed or whatever. She's like, it's really heartbreaking.
And she's like, we have to be clear. We have to be clear to continue using the vaguest language possible. It's, of course, heartbreaking. It's with the killing by who? She can't even say Israel or Palestine.
No, she can't say any. Just keep it as vague as possible.
And I would say is that is not the way I believe people wanted it to turn out. But I didn't make policy. The president is going to write his book. He will speak to his policy. I'm going to let his foreign policy team speak to that. But it is heartbreaking. And I'm hoping that the ceasefire holds. We need to get to a peaceful situation in the Middle East, to a peace agreement. And I know that's going to take a lot of hard work. But of course, that's not what I want to see. Of course, that's heartbreaking. I don't want to see families, children, journalists being killed. Of course not. And you know, I hope that we get to a place.
Okay, so you don't want to see families, journalists being killed. Again, she can't even say Palestinian families. No. She can't even identify the place in Gaza. But did you do anything to condemn it? Or did you go out and basically whitewash it every single day, which is what she actually did?
She totally whitewashed it. She pinkwashed it. She everything washed it. That was her job.
Well, speaking of pinkwashing, we're about to hear some of that.
Where we can get to a peace agreement in the Middle East, and I know that's going to be incredibly tough to make that happen.
Now that you are speaking for yourself, Karine, do you have any regrets at all for anything that you said while you were speaking on behalf of this administration?
Look.
It's a simple yes or no. You don't even know.
No, because you're asking for a yes or no question. I want to put some context to it too. I woke up every day. I woke up every day very proud to be the White House press secretary. I woke up every day as a Black woman who is queer, no one had ever seen someone like me at that podium standing behind that lectern. It was an honor and a privilege to have that job.
Okay, congratulations on being the first Black queer woman in that job. But do you regret whitewashing and defending a genocide? That's the question. That's the question. And of course, and this is why people just have had it with these corporate Democrats. It's like you can only bring out your identity so many times before people just start getting fed up. And I'm sorry, no one cares about your identity.
Listen,
no one cares.
Guys, I was the first Black queer Führer of Germany. Okay, I don't think you understand what that exactly means. Every day I woke up proud, being the first Black queer Führer of the Nazi regime. I mean, it's like how far up the ladder can you actually take that? You know
exactly
what I mean?
Right.
Like
exactly.
How far up the ladder can you take that?
And I did it to the best of my abilities.
I'm sorry.
Sorry, Bob, say again.
I'm done.
The first Black queer Führer. Yeah, that's where it goes. I mean, that's her defense. And people are just like, you can see it just doesn't work anymore. I'm sorry.
It doesn't.
And I spoke for the President of the United States, a person that I believe was a decent person. We did not get everything right. No one is saying we got everything right. No one is saying that we got everything right. No one is saying that. But
this isn't like tax cuts or something, you know? Like, we didn't get everything. No, this is like a full-on industrial slaughter of people.
Yeah. We didn't get everything right, including maybe the genocide. In terms of the slaughter of tens of thousands, maybe hundreds of thousands of civilians in a death camp, we maybe didn't get that right. Maybe.
We had a couple oopsies, you know? Nobody's perfect, all right? I'm the first Black queer woman of color, female, who likes girls, who helped to conduct a genocide. Anyway.
And she's still defending. And you know, I'm sorry. Anyway, you're calling Biden a decent guy still after all that he did. It's just they've learned absolutely nothing. They've absolutely nothing.
we did it to our best of our abilities, and I worked very hard to do that job. And so I want to put it into context. And as you know, at the podium, you don't do yes or no question answers.
No, we were hoping you would now that you are speaking for yourself.
Anyway, that's Karine Jean-Pierre. And just a reminder of what Karine Jean-Pierre did. Let's do a flashback. This is in 2023 as the genocide was underway. And this was Karine Jean-Pierre. This is what she said about members of Congress calling for a ceasefire.
Members of Congress who have called for a ceasefire, and they have not gone as far as backing the administration's call for support for Israel.
So look, I've seen some of those statements this weekend, and we're going to continue to be very clear. We believe they're wrong. We believe they're repugnant, and we believe they're disgraceful. Our condemnation belongs squarely with terrorists who have brutally murdered, raped, kidnapped hundreds of Israelis. There can be no equivocation about that. There are not two sides here. There are not two sides. President Biden has been clear on where he has stood. You heard from him directly today. You heard from him also on Saturday on this. There's been multiple statements from this president, and he's taking action to provide additional support to ensure that Israel has what they need to defend themselves.
I mean, talk about context, like providing context. Like there are not even two sides. Don't even say there's two sides. No, there's only one side. It's Israel. That's all that matters. The other side doesn't even exist. Don't even mention them. I don't want to hear about them. Okay.
This is the context that we needed. This is definitely the context that we need. But, it all gets sanitized through the identity politics of American domestic, politics, right? It's all identity politics. And that's how things get sanitized, right? That's how the neocon stuff gets sanitized. I mean, it's just, I don't even know what to say at this point. I'm really worried that things are just never going to get better.
Well, they're not. I mean, if this is what Democrats still cling to every time they get called out on their bad policies, we're in trouble because, of course, it's not only just like completely empty, like of any substance. It's also just, it looks like such an obvious evasion, and Republicans take advantage of that. Like, look at these people constantly pointing to their identity to like avoid taking any responsibility. So it's like they play into the Republican thing too. And yeah, Karine Jean-Pierre. I mean, again, I don't know what she like. The thing to do for your brand right now is to throw Biden under the bus and say, yes, this was bad, but they won't even do that.
No,
So-
you know why? She's probably got some other ambitions down the line. Like she wants to host like a Sunday morning talk show or something like that. And she's got to keep her kind of patronage network or crony network kind of intact.
Yes.
In order to land. She wants to get a job at Bari Weiss's CBS or something like that. You know.
There we go. As like the real bipartisan like the face of bipartisanship is Democrats, who of course will still whitewash Israel.